Aries, happy Gemini full moon. This is Kapualani, and we're here, of course, with your girl and her moon full moon reading. So let's tune in, Aries, and see what we see. Pretty lively with the cards already. Okay, so first up, let's take a look and see what the message from the universe is for you, what the universe wants you to hear. Okay, the Father of Swords. So, this is a time to take command and take control, and not necessarily taking control or command of the external. Okay, Aries, be mindful. The swords is air, right? And air is what? Mindfulness, mind. And so in this case, it's saying that in some ways, I feel like you're ready, you're aware. You can come from a place of being both detached and yet kind and compassionate when it comes to your decisions, when it comes to boundaries, when it comes to asserting yourself, when it comes to engaging your plans, setting things into motion. Okay, so I'm hearing like, take yourself seriously. Not that you don't, but it's about seeing yourself in this different life and light. And I'm hearing self control is key in a lot of ways. You may feel a little bit triggered at times to kind of, boop, say something. It's like, oops, right time, right place kind of thing. So, that being said, let's see what this Gemini full moon will be bringing into your awareness. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so slowing down and focusing on recovering from disappointments. With the Five of Pentacles, it does deal with losses, material losses, physical. I feel like in this sense, there's some kind of disappointment in expectation, or there's like, I feel you may be. Ooh, thank you. It's almost like burning the candle at both ends. So now your body's just kind of like, listen, I know you're willing, but we're not so able or willing with you. Your mind might be willing, but your body not so much. So that's where the responsibility, the self discipline, okay, where it's like you want to say yes, you want to go do all of these things, people please, whatever the case may be, but you have to just sort of stay strong and focus on what the priorities are right now, okay? And so bottom line, you yourself from the ground up are the priority at, all times basically, but, not selfishly, of course. But why not be selfish in that case, especially when you're kind of needing it, right? And I know you, Aries, you sometimes you kind of need to like hit that wall, not just once, but a few times, just go boom. It's like, oh, okay, maybe I just shouldn't do that. So let's see what you might be revisiting. Okay, yeah. So be mindful with your words and actions in terms of the delivery, in terms of, again, also boundaries. See the bigger picture. Okay? Don't forget to remove yourself, see the bigger picture, but consider how, obviously everything trickles back to yourself, okay, when you do set something into motion, right? So there's a need for detachment, and I'm getting it again. I feel like maybe things did not work to your expectation, like in terms of a goal and accomplishing something, making something work. Something hasn't been working out as you'd like, or maybe there was something that you were hoping to execute, to communicate, something significant here that just for whatever reason, I just feel it. You're kind of having to pick yourself up and dust yourself off a little bit. I feel like there may have been like something of an oopsie that you're kind of having to step back. And I'm hearing like, don't take things too personally around this full moon, especially, and try not to get too involved in whatever other people, not that you are trying, but it's just like there's something here where I'm getting it. It's like think before you leap type thing, because it's like you've got you and your own priorities and your ability to see something through, or to see it through clearly, effectively, like whatever the case may, on the same page as somebody else right now. It's like you just need to focus on you, is like this big message I'm getting right now for you, Aries. So let's get some advice. That being said, yep, focus on you. Focus on you. Six of Wands, that kind of card that focuses on the ego a little bit, but there's a healthy balance, right? And so that's where it's saying, apply yourself as needed. Don't be afraid to separate yourself from the rest, to focus on your uniqueness. Not that you don't already, but it's like, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because you are supported. You're very, very supported. Yeah, there's other people that are, so many other variations of similar, this, same thing type thing that they say, but you're in a place where you're ready to apply the action. You've already done the research. You already are strong in terms of your perception, clear in terms of your plan, execution, all that kind of stuff. You may not be like supported in the best way, is what I'm getting. I don't know why, but like on a foundational level, whether it is financially, whether it is about like goals or whatnot, not quite being up to par where you'd like them to, this is still encouraging you to focus on your successes. It's not saying to like avoid like failure, to deny, certain things. You got to address what needs to be addressed, but this is saying to like, follow your instincts and don't be afraid to move on from people that just are not quite. Maybe there are people that are, just kind of like not able to keep up, not able to meet up to where you are, in terms of the rate in which you're doing stuff. You know what I mean? So that's where it's saying it's okay to just trust that you got this, and like, don't be afraid to be separate from the rest, because it doesn't mean that they're putting you on the spot and trying to compete with what you're doing. That's not what's happening here. There are people that actually are like, hey, that's very inspiring. Wow, that's awesome. I love. There are people that love to see other people succeed. And I want you to hear that. And I want you to say that and, believe that, because it's true. Okay. So let's see what sort of vacation your soul is craving, Aries. Yeah, you want to go out there. You want to do your thing. You don't want to hold back anymore. You've been breathing and chilling and considering and planning and blah, 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 blahing long enough. You just need to like drop the lead. Well, I hate to use the word dead, the dead word, but just, the heavy stuff, and connect with what is connecting with you. This Son of Wands energy, the Knight of Wands, it's kind of saying to just fuel yourself, whatever it's going to connect with you in terms of inspiration, in terms of where you ultimately see yourself heading. Start to take those steps and don't hold back. Just go for it. Okay, cool. So, Aries, don't forget to check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and also our website, of course, girlundermoon.com, to schedule a session of your very own. And take care. Have a good one. Taurus, what's up? Kapualani here with your Girl on a Moon Gemini full moon reading. Let's tune in. Let's see what we see here. So that Queen of Pentacles energy that popped out, loving that it's the Taurus earth energy. So focusing maybe a little bit on that sacred feminine side. Okay. Let's get your message from the universe, Taurus. Transformation. Things might be feeling a little bit stuck. You may be encountering some resistance. Things may feel, I almost get like one moment you're feeling okay, and the next moment just like the wrong, the not so right energy or person kind of walks by, says the wrong thing, just wrong vibe, wrong time, and it just can hit you the wrong way. And so realize I'm getting something very much connecting to the nervous system, and just focusing on just anything you can do to just calm the nervous system, of course. So this death energy, there are changes, there may be a lot of things coming up for you, on a number of different levels, emotionally, that at times it can be very difficult to put it into words, what you're feeling or what you're experiencing, because it's all mixed up. And that's what I'm feeling with this death energy. Things slowing down, which can be nice. Like, if you're the one that's doing the slowing down, you're the one that's controlling the slowing of the down, right? If you are, right, Taurus? But when it's sort of, when you kind of are in your own kind of moving and grooving and you're feeling things a little bit antithetical to where you're at, it can be a bit restrictive and feel a bit, at least odd, like, or off, right? So at minimum, if you're feeling things, no, it's okay, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's something here that's saying there's definitely a transformation that you're going through. So I just feel things slowing down. And as you know, that with that death rebirth, right? This is the sign of the closing of cycles. And I'm feeling like in a lot of ways, there may be aspects of yourself, your life, whatnot, that you are sort of realizing you're kind of saying goodbye to, which is also a little freaky sometimes, right? So, but it's okay. So, this is giving you a space to sort of deal with the changes. This kind of slowing down is giving you a space to get caught up mind, body, and soul. And, when we get really scattered from all the lifing. So, what will this Gemini full moon be bringing into your awareness? Yeah, look at these heavy hitting energies. So, this is a very collective experience, babe, okay? This Emperor energy is really shining that light on that sacred masculine aspect, awareness of wisdom, life experience, and knowing that it's all okay. It's not that, not just that this too shall pass, but it's saying that in a lot of ways, you are in control in more ways than you realize, more ways than you might think, even if at the moment you may not really know what's going on or what you need to kind of do or take control of or what's all happening. And so that's where it's like, just give things that moment of pause. You don't really need to do anything. It's really just, again, recognizing. So there's this kind of like energy or point of stillness that I'm getting from these energy. Like, look at how very much black and white, and then we're finally getting a little bit of warmth, saying even though the universe, your higher self, whatnot, the collective frequency is, there's a lot of work going on collectively, energetically for you, Taurus. Okay, so again, you're not alone, and not just that, but just because there are certain things that feel as though they're on hold or that you're restricted or whatever the case may be, it doesn't mean that you are. Okay, you still have the ability to make decisions, but just focusing on more of the mundane aspect of things while just holding space for the things that you're wanting to do. Like, you want all the bigger picture things. You want to be able to start taking action in a very substantial, direct way. And right now, the Emperor is saying, okay, number one, I'm hearing something about just let's make sense of it, because the Emperor is all about logic and order. So let's just take a look at things and make sense. What we're wanting, right? What is possible based on where we're at, and also just where the starting point is. Okay? And so there's something here that's saying, whatever it is that's going on, just hold. If you don't know what to do, don't do anything. Just as simple as that. What you need to revisit. Three of Pentacles, foundations, and looking at the bigger picture so that you can pace yourself and be realistic with your expectations. Okay? So again, on the bigger level, the collective level, there's only so much that you can really do in the grand scheme of things. However, it doesn't mean that you're powerless. Okay, what's interesting, this Three of Pentacles, is that collaborative energy in us, focusing so much on that collective energy here. So with this card of collaboration, I'm hearing it again, like make sense. Again, where you were, where you're going, where you are, so that you can have clarity in something that is practical and logical and something that you can do consistently, following step by step to build that number 4, go from 3 to 4, the foundation. Okay, because we know what we're looking at, it may not be so clear cut with our end goal. You know, the end goal might take some time, might be a little bit of a time commitment type thing. So that's what we're looking at overall. And it's saying just focus on the foundation that way. Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. 6 of Swords, things are already happening. It's already underway. Breathe, okay? Go with the flow as best as you can. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the process. Enjoy this part where, like I said, the collective part, there are a lot of underbelly, subtle shifts that are happening. You already did the work, you understand? You already took the steps for this part to be engaged. Now, you just gotta like, okay, I did the, like with the garden, right? You plowed and tilled and planted seeds and you watered and tended to and all this stuff, and now you're just like, all you gotta do is, okay, you set everything up and now you just gotta do a little bit of maintenance. Okay, because things are already heading in that direction, whatever the direction is that you're wanting to head in. Okay, so let's see what sort of downtime your soul is craving. Father of Wands, you want to go. You're like, I don't want to be like in this slow space. I want to like get going. And that's what we're saying. The Father of Wands is the self-disciplinary, the one that looks at the bigger picture and is committed for the long run. Okay, so that's where it's understanding with the gas and the brakes and pacing ourselves so that we're not burning out, being wise, being aware, being effective with our choices. And when we do make those choices, making sure that it is aligned on a soul level. Is it aligned consistently, okay, and accurately with that vision? Okay, the intention, the action, let's line it all up. All right, Taurus, so check out your moon and rising signs, get some deeper insight, okay? And also don't forget, check us out, girlandhermoon.com, to schedule a session of your very own. Take care and have a good one. Hello, Gemini. It's Kapualani, and guess what? We've got the girl on her moon, your girl on her moon, Gemini full moon reading. So Gemini to Gemini, full moon. Let's see what we see already. The world, a lot of expansion. I feel this is also telling me that for some of you, you may have intended or have hoped or have held space for some situation, something to go one way, but it's like maybe it's gone sideways. And that doesn't mean that all is a loss. It's just about your expectation for how things have turned out, or how they are turning out, how you believe that things are turning out. Okay, so this is where you're encouraged to just ground, to get centered, grounded in your energy, mind, body, and soul, especially. Okay. All right. Let's see what you need to hear from the universe aside from that early message. Wow, justice. So we're getting this first, the world, and then this justice card. So the karmic balance scales of karma are doing the moving and grooving right now. You've done everything that you can. Now you just have to let karma take its place. What you're looking at, there may be things that you're dealing with or looking at, considering around this full moon, that deal with contracts, that deal with whether that's business related, whether it's relationship related. But there's potentially, I don't know why, details and fine print that if you may not be like waiting on or taking a look at or getting involved in, it's like the universe is kind of like finalizing like certain contracts that you were closing up karmically, and they're working on the ones that you're going to be cycling into. So there's something here with like the energy exchange and how things are like, yeah, the world, it's shifting. So if you've really done your work and up to this point, and you've recognized certain lessons, or like where you were like, well, I don't know why, Gemini, but for some of you, especially if you've had a wake up call, like in this past, like let's say year cycle, even, I feel like, and you've done the work, of course, to like turn things around or whatever the case may be, heal, there's something significant about this full moon that's going to like seal the deal on the stuff that you have done, and then it's going to open the way, and that dharma, the undoing of the karma is really setting you up in that next level, your divine path, right? Shifting you up, ascending you to that next step, higher path in this lifetime, in your cycle, your soul cycle. And so this is a really heavy hitting card or energy that I feel, but in, potentially and hopefully a good way. So let's see what this will bring into your awareness. The High Priestess. Yeah. So there's information, there's things that's going on potentially even behind the scenes. So if there are contracts and things, and even as I said, if there isn't anything earthbound contract wise, and it doesn't have to even be legal, but it can be discussions, important, significant discussions that would like really, have an impact on you right now, or something that's just very much highlighted for you right now. Highlight, because there's something again about the universe, and as I mentioned, just things being wrapped up behind the scenes to make way for what's to come. You can feel this, okay, but you may not know exactly what that means, or even if you are getting a sense of it, you're not like ready to say it out loud because you don't want to jinx it. Like, okay, I'm just gonna see how this plays out. I've learned my lesson about jumping to conclusions before. I'm just gonna let it roll, you know what I mean, gonna let it ride. So that's where with this High Priestess, it encourages you to, tune in, be inquisitive with the information, the downloads that you are receiving energetically and spiritually. And when you do receive those downloads, nobody's saying to like jump at it right this moment, not unless it's totally accurately lining up and whatnot. It's more about self-discipline and being in a space where it's like, okay, I have this information, but I'm just gonna wait and see, like, as things reveal itself before I call it done, right? So what we need to revisit, yeah, that third eye window. So expectations, not getting ahead of yourself, but letting yourself get excited because things are warming up. Wands is fire. With this Three of Wands, especially the psychic vision, okay, creative vision, psychic vision. And as is said so often with the Three of Wands, those ships are coming in. And the reminder is you are on track. So just as much as you are like working toward that vision and feeling inspired and feeling the vibes, like magnetically connecting, so too the ship that's coming in, whatever that thing is, the manifestation, whatever the thing, it's heading your way. Okay, so that's where the self-discipline, everything is on track, even if there are certain elements of your life that seem like they're not going anywhere right now. It's because things are needing time to be wrapped up. Things take time. Time needs time, okay? Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon, Father of Pentacles. So just get practical with this earth energy, get hands on, okay? Focus, even if it's like focus on your work, focus on your goals, focus on what you can see, hold, and touch, what's right in front of you, and doing things from a space where, where you're continuing to take the steps necessary, those step by step right in front of you, where your vision is guiding you. Continue to just hold that space, and where there's nothing to be done, do nothing. Okay, that's the self-discipline that's coming through. And let's see what sort of vacation your soul is craving. Yeah, you want to be surrounded by family, friends, loved ones right now. Things are feeling a little bit just like either dry, or like it's almost like going from high def to like black and white. something. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, I want to be in color again. I want to feel the color of life. Things are feeling a little bit like, hello, is anybody out there? And so you're wanting to just feel the joy again and be surrounded by good company. And, if it's not a lot of people or whatnot, at least like good energy, right? And so, because there's some people that are just like, you know what, I just need my space. It's okay. But the vibes wise, yes. However, because this is, 10 of Cups, which does highlight family and again, house and home and so forth, I feel like, putting on good music as well, getting caught up. It doesn't have to be in person. No, but you're encouraged. You're encouraged to connect with family or those people who feel like family, the soul family. Okay, you need that sort of energy balance right now. Okay, because I'm feeling it again. Like things are feeling a little bit dry and like sparse or just like, is anybody like feeling a little weird out? Anybody out there? Hello. So yeah, go and connect. Okay, Gemini. And in the meantime, check out your rising and moon signs for some added guidance and visit us girllandmoon.com to schedule a session of your very own. Take care and have a good one. Hey, Cancer. Kapualani here with your girl and her moon Gemini full moon reading. So let's see what we see. I don't know why, Cancer, and let's see what the cards say, because this could be for like all of humankind, right? But for whatever reason, in this Gemini full moon, I just got the message communication is clear, is key. Communication is key. Clear communication is key, yeah. And for whatever reason, not that you are, or necessarily will, but with communication being key in that little message, the other piece was just be mindful not to jump to conclusions one way or another. Okay, what you need to hear from the universe this full moon, judgment. Okay, so there are some significant, I feel, breakthroughs, realizations. Judgment leans on this energy of spiritual enlightenment. Okay. And so there's this energy here. Remember what I said about like not jumping to conclusions? Keep in mind, right? You may be at various levels in terms of this exiting from the dark shadows and into the light, but nevertheless, that's what is underway. That is what is happening. And another thing with this judgment card, where you may have felt like all was lost, whether it's a relationship, your career, whatever, this bodes well, even health, in so many ways, though we all have limits, of course. Second chances is what I was getting at. Okay, so have hope that there will be a light at the end of the tunnel, and so keep following that light, okay, because you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Okay, I have to say it again. You are on the right track, Cancer. Okay, let's see what this full moon will be bringing into your awareness. The devil. So, devil is in the details. And in this case, I feel like it's like slow down. Do your best not to focus so much on the outcome or the results, but stay steady in what you're doing, what you're able to do right here, right now, with what's right in front of you. Because all this devil energy, there's a mastery that if you can focus and harness all of that, create that fire, it's like, if you can focus and harness it, you can really get some solid results. This is also calling for you to recognize where you may be keeping yourself in the dark, where you may be blocking yourself or unable to recognize certain habits, negative habits, patterns, whatnot. Whether, again, it deals with relationships, whether it deals with just the way that your own self care and wellness. Like, we have addictive energies that come up with the devil, things that can distract us from focusing on and prioritizing what we need to focus on and prioritize right here and right now. Okay, so there's some energies here coming up that it's like, don't be afraid if there's certain thoughts, if there's certain emotions, if there's certain like messages or downloads that you get that kind of freak you out. It's not to like put you in a bad way or to say that like you suck or you're on the wrong track. It's to say, okay, this is what, you know what I mean? This is what's coming up. Let's use the tools that you've learned to work with this, to clear this, to overcome this, to accomplish this, that, or the other thing, you know? So let's see what you might be revisiting. Yeah, breathe and allow, breathe and allow. Don't worry so much about the end results. What you like, the things that you want, the plans, it's already underway. Okay, so you've done the heavy lifting, you've done all of like the dirty work and all of this stuff, so set yourself free. Don't be afraid to move on, because like the ship's already moving on and you're on it, so stop. You don't have to look behind you anymore. Okay, like eventually you can turn around, so that ship's already like, you know, that little dock, it's already like disappearing. It's disappearing. Okay, the dock in the distance as the ship, you know, goes away. Anyway, getting a little excited. Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, rest and breathe. Rest and breathe. So you might be feeling antsy and just restless and like, am I doing enough? What do I need to be doing next? Spirit saying you've done everything right now. Just chill and relax. It's all good. And if anything, like again, see, like focus this energy on there's other practical or other ways that you can like put that energy to use. Okay, so whether it's going for a walk or just getting your body moving to like to get the energy flow, like give it an outlet. You know what I mean? Because it's not anything mental or anything like that you need to figure out or to do. It's just about like realizing that you're gonna get there when you need to get there. But right now, right here, right now, isn't the time for it. So just focus on what you need to be doing right here, right now. You know, don't like hold yourself up or like box yourself in for no reason. You can chill. All right. Let's see what sort of downtime your soul is craving this full moon. Four of Wands. Yeah, you're ready to have those bright, kind of new beginnings in a way, in terms of having a creative focus and, like I said, a creative outlet. You know, I feel like maybe you've had a lot of ideas or had a lot of desires, but now you're ready to really bring it together. You know, we're connecting those dots, and now we want to bring it together so that we can have a foundation and somewhere consistent, you know, to continue to apply ourselves, and not just like, okay, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are you there yet? I want to put my bags down. Like, I feel that for you. And so it's coming, you know, and this Four of Wands is really nice because it does sort of it encourages the energy of new relationships, partnerships, that sort of thing. Okay. So there's good vibes here for you. Just get out of your mind and get into the now. Okay, Cancer. And check out your moon and rising signs for some deeper guidance, and also visit with us, girlonthemoon.com, and schedule a session of your very own to take things a bit deeper. So till next time, take care. Happy Gemini full moon, Leo. Kapualani here with your girl and her moon Gemini full moon reading. Okay, so these just popped out. I'm going to give it a little bit of a chance because I just did the reading beforehand and those were in Cancer's reading. So yes, that's accurate. Okay, so chill. All right, so Leo, let's see. Okay. Okay, Leo. I don't know, I'm hearing you look at the bottom. So Father of Cups. Trust your instincts, trust your heart, trust your guts to go after what is speaking to you. Let's get your message from the universe. What do you need to hear? Okay, Six of Cups. There may be a lot coming up for you. I feel in a number of ways, both like just like nostalgic feelings, things from the past, as well as a longing for a connection, longing for balance, longing for that sense of kinship, of friendship in the future. Like, I feel this energy of that's what you're also like moving toward, as much as it may feel, Leo, that there might be some emotions coming up or things coming up. Like I said, that it's just bringing up a lot of emotions, like saying goodbye to yesteryear type thing, or just a lot of memories of childhood, or just even if there was a significant relationship that was recent and not so much in childhood. But there's something here where it's really tugging on the heartstrings. And so this is calling for you to be a little bit strong and brave and have that strength of courage in your heart and soul, to, I feel like, follow what your heart and, yeah, I said it earlier, follow what your heart and soul are telling you. Listen to it. This is going to be a time to really reestablish those connections, okay? And like just energetically calling in those aligned connections and relationships and things again. Okay, so what will this full moon bring to your awareness? Okay, that devil card did decide to pop up. So with this devil energy, it's just recognizing, okay, don't get too caught up in the past. Don't get too caught up in things that you can't control, or trying to control future outcomes. Like in terms of, like when I use this word, truly don't feel judged. Okay, it's like when you try to manipulate things or control things, in order for a conversation or in order for certain things to go a certain way. It's saying just come from the heart and don't worry so much about like setting things up, like, you know what I mean, the like, and how you're going to figure things out and set things up and how things are going to turn out. You just have to take that first step, is like the bigger message that I'm getting here. And again, do your best, if I hadn't said it this directly or in this way, but do your best not to focus so much on the outcome, but rather to focus on the issue, the situation, the step that's right in front of you, knowing that you'll get to that outcome eventually. It's doing this thing here and now, right? Step by step, moment by moment, day by day, doing the thing is what's going to get you to that next point. You know what I mean? To that result, the desired result, whatever that might be. Okay. And the other thing is, whatever is going on, especially if there's just a lot of feeling or just, you know what I mean? There's just a lot coming up. Realize that it is, I don't know why. I don't know why this, I like that it would go in this direction, but they're like, you can manage it. It's gonna be okay. It's not something that's like gonna suck you into the dark abyss. You have control. Just don't let your emotions take control of you. Okay? So in control of your emotions. What you need to revisit. Yeah, the Mother of Swords, detaching, separating yourself. Okay, so this is becoming a little bit clearer. I feel like you might be feeling potentially, I don't want to say reactive, but it's like very aware of the feelings of others around you, and it might be like, okay, I don't really know what to do. So that's where this Mother of Swords is, that detachment. See things from a higher perspective, remove yourself from that energy emotionally, just see it logically. Okay, see it for what it is. See people for what they are. Doesn't mean that we're being cold, remember? It's like we're gonna just trust our emotions and that kind of thing, follow our heart, but also see with a very sharp and mindful, detached eye, for our benefit, for everybody's benefit. Okay. Advice for a smooth full moon. Ace of Pentacles, like I said, step by step, step by step. And not just that, but consistency is key. Those lines, those rings, lines. Sorry, it's a little blurry, but those rings, you know, the growth over time is what we are looking at. Growth over time. Okay. And so there's this opportunity to plant a new seed, to have a new foundation, a solid new beginning. And this always starts from the inside out. And so what you're wanting to manifest, the kinds of connections that you are hoping to either strengthen, to reconnect with, or new connections that you're hoping to call in, that's where it's saying just be the way, in so many, like, be what you are wanting to connect with. It's like become that which you are seeking in a way. I hope that makes sense. Not in a weird way. Not in a weird single white female kind of way, okay? Let's be clear. But there's growth, and that's where it's saying remove yourself so you can find your own identity as well. Okay, and shine, and you know that. And sometimes it's where, yeah, you're wondering, are other people like picking off from my identity? And again, remove yourself, okay? Detach and focus on within the steps that you are physically, again, taking step by step. All right. What sort of vacation is your soul craving? Daughter of Cups, yep, a little bit of laughter, keeping things light. That Daughter of Cups, Page of Cups, following the signs and the messages, your instincts, intuitively gut instinct. And also, again, removing yourself from anything and anyone that's toxic, being aware of old patterns and your own sort of limits and boundaries. Okay, so you might be feeling a little sensitive, and not like in an irrational or irritated way, but just to the point where other people's emotions may very easily affect you at this time, especially people that you really care about or even relate to. Even if, let's say you like have like a celebrity or somebody that you really idolize or you look up to, or even if it's not a celebrity, if there's an influencer or a friend, and you may just sort of like intuit, like, what is the word that I'm looking for? You might just be empathizing with them a bit, and that's where Spirit's saying just create those healthy boundaries so that like their emotions are not bleeding into yours, and therefore creating bonkersness around you. You can just stay focused on what you need to do rather than be overcome by the emotions and the energies of those around you, or again, those that you care for very much. Okay. Or again, because of this Six of Cup, any memories, childhood memories, wounds, even things from the past that are coming up. So that's where it's saying, again, we need to just lighten the load, have a little bit of fun, have a few laughs, and shrug the rest off. Okay, Leo? So check out your rising and moon signs for some added insight, and visit us girlonhermoon.com to book a session of your very own. Okay, so take care and have a good one. Hello, Virgo. This is Kapualani, and I'm here with your girl and her moon Gemini full moon reading. Let's see what we see. That's funny. I was hearing new beginnings, and this full energy just kind of popped into my line of sight. Okay, let's get your message from the universe, Virgo. 9 of Wands. Okay, so you might be feeling a little bit tired, exhausted, worn out, or as though all of the efforts, you're like, I don't know how much more effort I can put into this. So it's almost as though I can see that your mind might just be blank, and like creatively, like you're like the well hath run dry a little bit, or at least the ability to like kind of like go any further right now. And so take this time, okay? Listen to your body, listen to your spirit, and allow yourself a space to just pause and reflect. Because nine, more than anything, is that energy of reflecting, looking back at how far you've come, taking a look at step by step, how you got to where you are, knowing that you still have, for this isn't the end of it all, this isn't your end game. This is a moment to recover, to recuperate, to sort of take a look at, okay, how am I going to you know what I mean, with so many steps left, taking that moment to adjust and prepare to close out all of that hard work, all the hard efforts, and so forth. Okay, so let's see what this one will be bringing to your awareness. Emotional stability and security, having faith in your efforts, having faith in the work that you've done on yourself, and knowing that you've changed. There's something like the inside out, of course. And so I feel like, even though there may be some aspects of you that, like I said, I feel like this kind of blank mind thing, just kind of just, you don't really know what to think or what to feel. You're just kind of tired and spent. This is saying listen to your gut rather than what is like what looks good. I don't know why I'm picking up on it this way. It's sort of like listen to your instincts, go with the flow. Okay. Stay in control of your emotions. Okay, right now you might be a little bit tired, and so part of you, not that you're gonna just be snappy and agitated, but I get this feeling that it's like you're just not gonna want to deal with too many other energies, opinions, or thoughts around you. So that's where it's kind of like, I'm hearing this energy of, in some ways, don't hold back in terms of removing yourself from just what doesn't feel right. But then in other ways, it's like be mindful in how you go about doing it. Okay? So, not what you say, but how you say it, not what you do, but how you do it. Let's see what you might be revisiting. Self protection, preservation. Okay, you might have been doing some work on yourself, or you may not feel like you're at your best. And so that's where spirit saying like, have confidence in yourself. It's not that like you don't need to put everything out there or put everything on the table, but it's more about just trusting that, I don't know why I'm getting it this way, but it's like the results will prove themselves. You don't have anything to prove. All you have to do is your best, just show up and do your best. It's kind of like, this is the feeling that I'm getting when there's a certain expectation of a product that you're going to, or service that you're going to deliver, like a presentation of a final product, but you're doing all this marketing, but the final product is still in progress. That's where like, oh no, everything's great, even though you still don't know for sure because you haven't finalized everything. Like you've got a demo, but you don't have like the legit, you know what I mean, the testing and all that sort of stuff. And so that's where it's saying like, it's okay to just kind of like fake it till you make it, do your best to just overcome any insecurities, go back to what you've been working on, what you've been putting your efforts in. And remember, that's where Spirit's saying like you're almost there, 9 out of 10 steps away there. So this is the point of taking a look at your progress, okay, where you started versus where you're at, and continuing to also protect that progress, protect that energy until you're ready to share it, okay? And there's something here also coming up with health that I feel for sure, in self-care. All right, so just kind of put a little bit of emphasis on taking care of you. All right, Virgo, so let's get some advice, that being said, for a smooth full moon. Yep, hangman. So you might want to hang back. This always comes up with the hangman, taking a look at things from a different perspective intentionally. Okay. Now is not the time to push something through. on an action level, but more about just sort of like, I don't know, I feel like it's their self-protection, giving yourself time to finalize, to adjust, to complete, to realize like whatever needs to be done, whatever it is that you're, wanting to do, wanting to accomplish. But there's something here for sure that just gives me the sense that it's like literally just take care of you right now. And I just feel this other energy of like, don't worry about whatever else is going on outside around you. I mean, yes, in the way that it's like you don't want to take off like this bat, into like midday or whatnot, right? You want to be mindful of that. And so that's why like there's this intentional moment of pause, this intentional waiting, to let, I don't know, there could be a healing, even a recovery that you're completing in some way. Okay. So, what sort of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah, you want to be done with this. You want to move forward. You want to have success. You want to like shine and show off what you have worked so hard on, whatever that might be. You're ready to show off your talents. You're ready to put yourself out there, and to be recognized and rewarded for those talents. So, you're ready to fly. But this is saying like, take a look, do a little bit of an ego check. Not that, oh, you're being egotistical, but just making sure that you're not, like you listen to your body, listen to your health. And it's kind of like what they're like, you don't want to push something before it's ready. Let something complete itself, especially if it deals with your health or something that's really important to you. Let things take the time that it needs to take to be finalized. You will have that opportunity to present it when it is ready, when it is time. Okay, you will get that recognition. You will receive that success. And in the meantime, it's just saying to like be mindful of your surroundings and be mindful of like your supporters. Like you do have supporters, and it's like they're still going to be there. Nobody's going to like forget you, if you take a little bit of a pause or something, or if you have to shift to what you're doing. They're not just all of a sudden like, oh, I can't waste my time on this person anymore. Okay, so it's all going to be good. So Virgo, check out your moon and rising signs, get some additional guidance, and of course visit us girlonourmoon.com to schedule a session of your very own. So have a blessed and bright full moon. Take care. Till next time. Hey Libra, this is Kapualani, and I'm here with your girl and her moon Gemini full moon reading. So let's just tune in and see what messages or insights are coming through for you this Gemini full moon, Libra. Okay, your message from the universe. First up, Father of Swords. Okay, taking command. Okay, detaching, seeing things with a clear perspective, from a clear perspective. Something's telling me that you've already been considering, like weighing your options, and now is coming the time. There's something here about a recently, newly awakening, like shift in perspective, a realization, something that either it's like it's helping you to gain perspective, it's helping you to feel as though like you are finally in control of things. More than anything, you're being called to see things from a mindful eye, from a discerning eye, and to also not allow for certain discernments or distractions to cause you to waver in any which way when it comes to speaking your truth or making a point of things, if that makes sense. Okay. What will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? Okay, transformation. Yeah, you can tell that things are changing, and so that's why you yourself may finally. I'm just getting this energy like you're feeling in control again. You're feeling like yourself again. You're feeling as though you have a clear perspective, and even though, like, let's just say there may not be any action to be taken, you're very confident that everything is exactly as it needs to be. You know, let me tune in here. Okay, going back to, yes, this death energy. Um, Now that, okay, for whatever reason, there are certain shifts, obviously, just energetically, that have had to happen. It's had to take place. Certain things have had to fall into place or have had to happen first in order for you to see the bigger picture, to see the different facets or layers of all of what's going on. Okay. So it's kind of like you may have felt like as if things were not quite matching. Like, I don't know why, but I'm getting this feeling it's like things were not quite lining up to what you felt or what you knew to be true. Like, however, when in reality, it's kind of like you already, it's like there's a clarity, and this hopefully is validating, excuse me, hopefully this is validating for you that it's nothing that can be seen with the naked eye, but it's that wisdom of knowing. It's the subtleties, what's in the dark, the unknown, the mystery, not necessarily nighttime, but there's things going on in the underbelly, just as much as the, seasons change and that sort of thing. And so that's where there's no, like, if you need to make logical sense about, okay, I don't know, things are weird, I'm not sure what's going on, blah blah blah, so it's saying no, let's just be logical, take a look at this for what it is. It's just there's other things going on. You may be feeling subtle things, intuitively, empathically, your gut instinct and so forth, but you're being called to act, take action, and to focus your perspective from a more logical, discerning point of view. Okay, and just recognize that there's a lot that is shutting down, the cycles, the things that are cycling out, the things that are coming to a close, and so forth. It's the transitions that are all taking place, and of course, before we have that rebirth, before things are renewed. Okay, so what are you going to be revisiting potentially? Yeah, the moon, the cycles, recognizing and honoring the cycles. As I mentioned, the mystery, the void, okay? Realizing, like seeing through the dark. You know what's going on. You've been here before in terms of like saying, okay, this is what's happening. With people's moods shifting, for example, like one day someone's talking to you and they're like, oh, blah blah blah, and then like an hour later they're like, oh yeah, okay. And it's like you're like, did something happen? And they're like unresponsive or whatever. It's like, okay, logically I know it's not about me, there's something bigger than me that's going on that's affecting people. So okay, whatever, I'm just gonna like stand my ground where I am, or keep, just hold stable, hold still where I am, or whatever, take action, discern with discernment. Trust both your intuitive insight in terms of proceeding with caution. And that's not to say, oh, red flag, but just mindfully. Okay, but knowing that you've got this, you are in control, you are seeing things clearly, even though right now it may not appear very clear. Okay, so let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, Two of Cups, come to heart center. This is really, yeah, take that time to just, I'm hearing like take a load off, honestly. If through these messages and insights and so forth, it's helping to kind of build a little bit of confidence, hopefully it does. That's where it's like take a load off and just be here now. Okay, it's this focus with the Two of Cups is your own inner fulfillment and happiness first and foremost, that as you really recognize, align, harmonize your wants and your needs, your sense of fulfillment, wellness, self care, that sort of thing, inner healing, self healing from the inside out. As you put that emphasis, give that to yourself, it will only, like the trickle effect, right? It's only going to permeate everything else around you. Okay. Yeah, so follow your heart, trust in your heart. You've got this, but keep it simple. And it's like, it's like mind your business, and not in like a negative way, but just stay out of stuff that just don't involve you. All right. What kind of vacation is your soul craving? Yeah, making it about you. Whatever isn't about you, ladies. Listen, I can't be bothered. Nine of Pentacles. I got my own thing going on. And that Nine of Pentacles is taking a moment to recognize the actual tangible successes and accomplishments that you've managed to achieve, that you've managed to co-create and manifest for yourself thus far. And it's saying that you're in a very comfortable space to, as I mentioned earlier, just take a load off. In fact, there are others out there who do admire you for accomplishments, and you're like, don't I know it? It's like that evil eye. It's like, no, don't worry. That's why. Just recognize there's a shift that's underway. There's definitely elements beyond you. However, you know how to deal with it, and so just make yourself happy and reflect on how far you come, knowing that you're only one step closer. You're just one step away, rather, from that 9 out of 10, completing that cycle and really getting to whatever that goal is, that celebration is. Okay, so Libra, have a blessed one. Check out your moon and rising signs. Don't forget, get an extra insight. And visit us, girlundermoon.com, for any other guidance you should need in the meantime. Hey Scorpio, Kapualani here. Got your Girl and Her Moon Gemini full moon reading. Let's see what we see already. Bullseye, Ace of Pentacles. So an opportunity coming up, something that you can finally sink your teeth into, focusing on a solid, substantial new beginning, but understanding that with new beginnings come commitment at times. Okay, let's see. Okay, Scorpio, let's get your message from the universe. The Fool. So we've got this space where I'm feeling like one foot in, one foot out for some reason is the message that I'm getting. The Fool very much indicates these new beginnings and resets, right? But in this case, it's like I'm feeling the aspect of it's like part of you is aware of something. It's like you have an awareness, but then you also like I guess it's like, I want to say not denial, but maybe not for, like, maybe for some Scorpios, I'm getting like there's this sort of space where it's like, can I accept that this is a safe new beginning, or is the rug gonna get pulled from under me again? That kind of a thing where like the denial is like, I don't know, one foot in, one foot, like, I don't know, do I go, do I not go, or like, maybe, yeah, a little bit of denial where it's just choosing to see things better than what it is, or choosing to see a dark situation as something light. Like, that's what I mean about denial, being a fool, and just kind of like, okay, just, I don't know what's going on, I don't know why, but I'm getting this energy where spirit's like, make sure that you're not like, sometimes a lot of it's like health, house and home, elements with house, home, and health. That's what I was feeling. Got home and health earlier when I was shuffling, potentially. And so that's where it's like, if you've had, it's not to freak you out or anything, Scorpio. So if you've been putting a focus and an emphasis on your health, then this is definitely going to indicate like a a fresh start. You know, this could also indicate with elements of house and home, just new life in general, in terms of, you know, whether it's babies or whether it's starting new cycles and having new opportunities coming your way, or the chance to look at things in a new way, the chance to see yourself, your situation, your circumstances on a clean slate sort of way, in a clean slate sort of way. So let's see what this woman will be bringing into your awareness. The Hierophant. Yeah, see, I was like, the denial thing. Trust your higher voice. Don't take things at face value necessarily. And it's not that there's like, ooh, I don't want you to be scared, okay? Because I'm all about empowerment. We get these kind of messages so that we can be aware, so that we are prepared. So like the Fool, when we are just kind of trusting and blindly, like, you know, we blind faith in the universe, right? Blind faith in that gravity is gonna make sure that it work, that, you know, we're staying on the ground type thing, right? And so that's where the Fool is saying is, if you do have a little bit of an inkling, if you are getting a little bit of a vibe, if something has been sort of saying, hey, take a look at it, take a look at it, okay? Because I feel like, while in most cases you may have gotten away with like letting something go, letting something slide. Again, I don't know why, but it's saying in this case, maybe listen a little so that you're not like the oopsies is not as big or as hard of a hit, because it's like, oh, okay, well, there's like, you know what I mean? It's like, don't take anything for granted. Just do a little bit of introspection, do a little bit of investigation, okay? And this is something, because of these major arcana, I feel it definitely affecting the collective of Scorpios and so forth, and being something to where it's like you really got to surrender to divine time and order and that karmic cycle. So let's see what you're revisiting potentially. Son of Cups, not just listening to your heart, but taking action. Taking action. Your guides, your intuition, your gut is speaking to you. You're getting signs and messages. So again, be inquisitive, follow through. And this could be a positive, this could be you wanting to start something new, wanting to take a leap of faith into something, try something where it's a small risk or whatnot, but it's like, ooh, do I put myself out there? It's saying, yeah, go for it. Like, yeah, there are ways in which you can go about doing this effectively, to where you're not just kind of like, whoa, flopping all over the place, you know what I mean? So let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. Death. And wow, there's that Scorpio card, right? I believe, I don't know. Oh my gosh, am I mistaken? Scorpio, Pisces, I know it's water in some ways, but this death energy, transformation. So your inner voice is developing. Your connection to your inner voice, how you receive your guidance and tune in, connect. There's something here with you following your voice, and messages, spiritual messages, receiving guidance, trusting your instincts, that sort of thing, that's transforming and is in a really deep state of development. Okay, there's really something significant here in just the way that you not only perceive, but in the way that you communicate what you perceive. Okay, all right. So both intuiting, both feeling, and yeah. Okay. What sort of vacation is your soul craving? Four of Wands, you want a creative outlet. You want to put the pieces together. You want someone to validate what you're seeing, what you're feeling, the direction that you're heading in. And this is not from like a need place, but it helps when you get that voice, when you get that sort of, again, that validation that's like, yeah, you're on the right track, and or someone who agrees with your vision and is willing to meet you halfway in some way, shape, or form, validating what you're feeling, validating what you're seeing, and then choosing, okay, this is what was. I want this new start. I'm not willing. And it's like, are you going to sweep it under the rug and just, okay, we're going to have a new start? How are you going to have an honest, fresh start if you have all that stuff under the rug? And so it's like, no, if you've been dealing with it, which hopefully in this case, Scorpio, you have, right? And I'm seeing that you have. That's where it's saying you're ready to really like those changes that you've made, the vision that you have for the future. You're ready for things to finally start sticking, to take hold, the foundation for it. Okay. And so it's all good. I love this energy for you, Scorpio. It feels very comfortable for you, actually. So you let me know. Drop us a line, girlinnermoon.com if you would like to schedule a session of your own. But of course, don't forget to check out your rising and moon signs for some extra guidance as well. Okay, so take care and have a good one. Greetings, Sagittarius. This is Kapualani, and I've got your girl and her moon, Gemini, full moon reading here. So let us tune in and get some messages, some guidance for you, Sag. There's something, you're going to get answers. You're going to be clearer on a decision if there is something that you've been trying to get clarity and decision on. Yeah, you've been waiting for clarity. You've been waiting for a sign or a yes or something to confirm that it's okay. Like, it's okay for you to go. Like, yes, this is go time. Okay. All right. So, Sag, let's get your message from the universe. Things are coming together. 3 of Pentacles. Keep it simple. Right now, I feel like this is the kind of energy that you really could use, to be honest. This 3 of Pentacles is collaborations. So people in general, energies in general, things in general, in terms of your physical reality, will likely be more agreeable, flexible, malleable for you. Okay, even situations and people that, I'm just getting this really clearly, that just maybe were not agreeable, or maybe you found intimidating, or you just didn't want to deal with, for some reason the universe is saying this is going to be the time to maybe deal with it, because you yourself will just be in a much more agreeable, again, malleable place to say, okay, let's get this done, right? I also see that you do have like those, I think the aces, right, that fell out earlier. You have a new start, a beginning, something, a bigger picture that you're looking toward, a vision. The aces, I see it as like those compass needles directing you to the top of that mountain. And so right now it's about establishing and then just sort of figuring out, right, what just your kind of foothold, and building some consistency along the way, okay, as things come together. So let's see what's going to be brought into your awareness. Yeah, 7 of Cups. I'm getting that you're just not really feeling like being responsible for anything or anyone other than like what is the most essential priority sort of thing right now. I feel like you just really want to break free, bust loose, and have fun and forget that like everything and everyone that's just been like a headache, it's just like doesn't exist. It's just like forget about it. I just want to forget about it. I want to like look at that, just put it all by the top of the mountain. Let's go for that. It's like if you put your focus on a goal that is like far out of reach, then it's almost like it'll distract you from like the indecision or the confusion or just the discontent that you might be experiencing, is what I'm getting. Wow, this really like sort of did a little bit of a flip here. So I feel like that's where Spirit's saying stay here and now, stay grounded and focused, and realize that it's like whatever it is at the top of that mountain, you can like be imaginative with it, turn it into something to where it's like, wow, it could be gold and diamonds at the top of that mountain. It could be, like just a bunch of nothing. Like, I don't know. But like for now, I feel like whatever it is, it's kind of like use it for the positive, turn whatever could be like, how they saw pipe dreams? What could be a pipe dream? Like, it's okay if that's what you need just to help boost your morale to get you by. But it's also like but like take realistic steps, like use that as like a carrot dangle almost is what I'm getting, and recognize when you might be kind of going into excess, when you might be self-medicating, things of that nature. Stay grounded and try not to get overwhelmed about the journey, the goals that are ahead, the bigger picture. Okay, let's see what you might be revisiting. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, Wheel of Fate. So it's again the wisdom in knowing. It's like, listen, right now there are things that are a bit beyond me. If you don't know what makes sense, what you want, what direction to take, it's okay for now to what? Do nothing. When the Wheel of Fortune is spinning, it goes one way, it goes the other way. You know what I mean? And so that's where it's saying you've been around the block at least one or two times enough to know that things don't stay like that forever and ever. You know what I mean? Eventually it starts to shift again. But it's about knowing your position and where you want to be when the wheel does start to turn again. If it is in fact just kind of like, hello, the answer's right in front of you, or if it's really spinning, it's like, listen, best to just wait for a pause in the spin. Okay, and that's kind of what I'm getting. It's like, simplify things. Let's break it down and simplify to something that you can see, hold, and touch, and not get overwhelmed by all of the possibilities of what could be. Okay. Advice for a smooth full moon. Empress, realize while at 3 and 3 energy, it all starts from within. As you ecstatically engage your present reality, your present moment, and as you ecstatically, like, how should I say this? Receive your own core truth, and you recognize what you have managed to actually accomplish for yourself, who you have managed to become. This Empress energy is, if you don't feel prosperous, if you don't feel wealthy, if you don't feel like you are in total control of this moment, like, maybe you don't have the instant meal that you want within your home, but you could easily order it out. You know what I mean? You've got food stocked up already, so you could have a snack. It's like, maybe that's not what I feel like eating, but okay, I got to eat something. So, blah, blah. It's the thing where it's like, are your wants and needs met? For the most part, yes. And so, if there are wants, needs, desires that, co creations, manifestations that you're holding space for, it's like, that everything is already perfect, aligned, and underway. Okay. And all you need to do is keep doing what you're doing, focusing on continuing to maintain and sustain your current trajectory for now. Okay? Because it's all going to change again anyway. Crescent moon. All right. What sort of downtime is your soul craving? Sagittarius, Starter of Cups. Yeah, you want to lighten up. You want to loosen up. You want to laugh. Go back to childhood when things were simpler. Simplify. You don't want to be overwhelmed with all of these, like, other people's wants and needs from you, or like you don't even want to care. Like, you know what I mean? I feel this energy of where you're just like, I need, like, I feel that for you. And like right now, that's okay. You just gotta like be okay with recognizing and accepting that, so like your limits, boundaries, and how you can self-care, through that process. But again, returning to simpler times and just going with the flow, listening to your inner child, and anywhere that you can work on just again simplifying and just doing that inner child healing connection and gentleness more than anything. Okay, Sag? So check out your moon and rising signs, get some deeper insight, visit us girllettermoon.com, schedule a session of your very own, and have a good one. Capricorn, this is Kapualani, and I've got your girl and her moon at Gemini full moon reading here. Ready or not, let's see what we see. On the go. Maybe a little bit tired, but still willing. That's how you are, Capricorn. Just like the engine that could, right? Okay. Okay. What is your message from the universe, Capricorn? Yeah, 10 of Wands. So, pace yourself. Pace yourself. Stick with what you are doing and see it through, but pace yourself. Pace yourself, okay? This 10 of Wands, that card of burdens, challenges, obstacles, but the endings of those cycles of burden, challenges and obstacles, and the beginnings, the opening to the new, of course. So this is a time to, if and where things are stuck, if and where things are on hold, if and where you may be feeling exhausted, blocked, conflicted, etc. This is a time to just sort of, I'm hearing like, hunker down and contemplate like the responsibilities, contemplate like the benefit. For example, traditionally, someone carrying a bundle of wood back to the home, you see family members at them, just kind of waving them on, whatnot. I'd be like, come on, help me out. But the point is, this person still needs to get to the house, chop the wood, and then, get that fire going. And so it's knowing that this, even though it's a labor, perhaps it could be a labor of love. You know what I mean? And it's also taking a look at what burdens and responsibilities are you holding on to that maybe you don't need to hold on to anymore. Okay? So what will this woman be bringing into your awareness? Choices, 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 choices. Okay? There isn't much that you can do about your current circumstances. You just have to get through it. And so rather than thumbing through the same thing, it's like when you have a TV, like the remote. It was it back in the day, they only had like how many? Like 10 channels, or back in the day, the back there, with like 3 channels, right? Like, and so that's where it's just one of those things where it's like, try not to overthink it. Just take care of yourself. Okay, don't waste time dwelling or fixating on like what you would rather be doing, where you would rather be going. You can use it to your advantage. Like, how sometimes you put yourself into a meditative state if you're feeling exhausted, just to kind of get through something. Like when people are running, that runner's high, right? You're just running and running and running. Suddenly you're just kind of more in that meditative state and you're not exhausted or anything. And so it's one of those things where realize where you might be just sort of, I almost want to say, stagnating in any which way, rather than choosing, like, just knowing that this is what it is, but it is temporary. Crescent moon, temporary. Okay? And 10 of Wands, it is a major cycle. It is closing. And even when it does close, you still probably going to need to take a long nap. Okay? So let's see what you're going to be revisiting. Yeah, 10 of Swords. So how did you deal with this stuff in the past? Because this isn't something that all of a sudden just started. This is something, this is 10, so it built up to get to this point. Okay? And the 10 of Swords says just make sense of it. Okay? So in this case, with the 4 of Cups, it's recognizing it's less about logic and more about, listen, what do you feel? You got to eat something. So which one is like gonna, what it means to your appetite? And in this case, when your mind, the hamster wheel, let's pull that sword out of the eyes first so that we can see things clearly, rather than be stuck and up, in our thoughts and so forth. Okay, so in terms of what you're revisiting, it's getting out of your mind and just, it's, whatever cycle you're in that may feel restrictive, again, on the positive side, trust that with these 10s, endings and beginnings. Okay, so let's get some advice. The Devil, there's your card, Capricorn. There's your card. Take control. Take control. If you know yourself, right, and you know your habits, you know how you are, that's where you can really recognize and take advantage of like how to push through this energy. Okay, if and where it may become challenging or straining. Recognize where you may be blocking yourself, where you may be just kind of not satisfied with your answer. And that's all it is. It's like, well, these are the only options. This is what it is. We can't escape it. We have to, in order to get through it, you just need to like buckle down and get through it. That's all. Okay. All right. What sort of vacation is your soul craving? Five of Cups. Yeah, you just want to get over this part. You want to get through this. You want to feel better. But again, it's not going to serve you to like live in la la land in your mind and then be wondering like when, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing to have that imaginary bubble as that manifestation goal, you know, that castle off in the distance, a goal to work toward, but the only way through it is through it. And like I said, even once you cycle out of these 10 modes, you're still going to need a nap before you can actually appreciate the joy that's underway. Because there is joy, there is recovery. You will feel better about things, but first you just got to get through this stuff. Okay? And, you know, for what it's worth, this is with the lunar cycle, so let's say 2 to 4 weeks. All right, so hang in there, Capricorn, and check out your rising and moon signs for some in-depth guidance, just some deeper guidance to add to it. And visit ascrollundermoon.com to book a session of your very own. Okay, take care. Till next time. Aquarius, hello, how are you? I am Kapualani, and I'm here with your girl and her moon, Gemini, full moon reading, Aquarius. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So things maybe were not as successful as you initially hoped, but I feel as if part of you also knew. And so now this is just like the aftermath, is what I'm hearing. Like it's just having to accept the reality of something that you were already anticipating, because the 5 of Pentacles ultimately is recovering. So we are moving toward better times. After maybe experiencing some tough times, we may still be experiencing some difficulty, but it's something that you're already aware of. It's nothing that's going to come as a shock or a surprise, okay? But you're recovering. Things are going to be getting better, okay? You're being encouraged to focus on that light at the end of the tunnel sort of thing, okay? I care about you, Aquarius. No, just kidding. No, but really, no, I do. All right. Let's get your message from the universe. What's up? Daughter of Wands. Take it easy. I feel like I'm getting this energy coming in hot with the Daughter of Wands. So I feel like there may be a number of things that just kind of set you off or set off that spark. And it can be for better or for worse, you know, not as a judgment, but just in terms of your air energy. Okay, Aquarius, really easily activating a lot of ideas and that sort of thing. So your thoughts, where your energy is at, you're ready to spark some things. You're ready to get some things going. You're ready to check some things out. You're ready to, like, I just kind of feel, oh, thank you. I don't thank you, Spirit. I don't know if you're, I was like, Spirit, what is it? What is it? If you're familiar with that term zoomies with the animals, right? But they like, view, 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 view. They just kind of get all that electricity out of all the zoom out of their system. And so it's like doing those sprints, just kind of like I'm free, yeah. And that's what I feel for you. It's like these initial sparks of life, you know, that's like setting something off, getting something going. And so I'm getting this energy around you, from you, that you yourself are already like a child with a sparkler, you know, like it's like woohoo, just like, you know what I mean? So let's see. What are you, excuse me, what is this full moon bringing into your awareness, Aquarius? Yeah, keeping things simple. Focusing on being, you know, in the here and the now and what you can do in the here and now. Knowing, okay, I've got this big goal ahead of me, but like right now, I feel like I've got I feel like these weights have dropped off of you, or they're dropping off of you, or you know, if you haven't been weighted, like weighted down at all, I feel like you are like this puppy, or you know what I mean, just like this just child that's ready to go out there and seize the day for some reason. And so Spirit saying, like, let's make use of that energy. There might be one or two people, there might be one or two components that you yourself already have a focus on, whether it's like focusing on a new career path or taking steps toward bigger goals for yourself in terms of a career, taking bigger goals for yourself in terms of whatever new opportunity, new cycle, new pathway has presented itself to you, okay, or is presenting itself. And this is not anything that needs to be rushed. Again, it's something to where Spirit's saying, stop and smell the roses. It's almost as if, okay, we just pulled up to the foothills of the mountain. Let's not go charging, blazing up. We know it's going to take a moment, right? So let's just kind of like check things out along the way, and you know what I mean? Smell the nature and all that kind of stuff. Have fun while we're figuring it all out, okay? So let's see what you might be revisiting, having fun. 3 of Cups, you're in good company. Aquarius, you're in good company. So right now, Spirit's encouraging you not to take things too seriously, not to take yourself. If you're single, don't take new relationships too seriously right now. Be safe, of course, and always. But I also feel like even if it's in regards to career, house and home, things are lightening up. They're starting to make, I don't know why, but I'm hearing like a different kind of sense. Like it's making sense in a different way for you. Like, not that you aren't a happy person, but it's almost like things are they're feeling like it's getting brighter. It's feeling like it's making sense again. It feels like, the company is also starting to kind of level out onto the same page. Like if you cohabitate with family or if you cohabitate with roommates, even if it's, it feels like it's outside of a partner. It could be a partner, but this feels like something that's just like, it could be outside of the partner. Just relationships that are like platonic and friendly, I feel like you're going to benefit from most, okay? All right, advice for a smooth full moon. Yeah, breathe and go with the flow. 6 of Swords. This is really going to be, I feel these energies being so up your alley and very much like a breath of fresh air. The 6 of Swords, you have already set certain things into motion. There's already certain, like, recently new, not brand new, but let's say within the past year and a half, 2 years, that maybe you've been working towards something. Maybe you recently started a new job, career path, you've relocated, you're thinking about relocating, and you relate something, but something is developing. There's something that is progressing and you don't need to do anything. It's already in motion. It's already underway. So you just need to sit back, relax, and again, enjoy, take it all in. Breathe in. Stop and smell the roses. This is a time to be very present to and appreciative of the life that you have. Like, big time, Aquarius. I get this big time. And I feel like it's going to be easy for you to feel that way and to engage that energy, that process. So let's see what your soul is craving. What your soul is craving? What kind of vacation? What sort of downtime your soul is craving? Mother of Swords. Interesting. So you want that higher perspective. You like the details. You like the words and the communication and the logic and the mechanics of it all is what I'm getting. And so this is where I feel like standing back and seeing the bigger picture and then picking and choosing your moments accordingly. So I feel like being in a position of listening and enjoying company, and it feels like like catching up with people where you can be warm and you can be, like just in that emotional energy of fun, but it doesn't have to be all heavy and serious or like detached and cold, for example. Like you can be chatty and have really good conversation that's lighthearted and uplifting. It doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be like heavy and just loaded. You know what I mean? You can handle that if we're talking about something that you're really passionate about and like obsessed with, like, you know what I mean? If there's like details about something that you really love, but not if it's just like this dumping situation. Like, yeah, I ain't got time for that, you know? So that's where it's like picking and choosing your company wisely. But the fact is, I feel like you'll already be in good company. Okay, Aquarius. So check out your rising sign, your moon sign for some added guidance, of course, and visit us. You know where to go, what to do, girllearnermoon.com. If there's any other areas of support that you should be interested in otherwise. So take care and have a good one. Greetings, Pisces. Kapualani here with your girl and her moon. Gemini full moon reading. Full moon. Full moon, full moon. All right, Pisces. Let's see what we see here. Let's tune in. Okay. First up, let's see what you need here from the universe. This full moon. Breathe and relax. All is well. What is that? What is that? Stay calm. Keep calm and carry on. That sort of thing. I feel like this is going to be a bit of a reprieve. This energy with the Gemini full moon, I feel like it's going to be a nice match for you. I'm hearing like things toning down and you not having to think so hard, to work so hard, to care so much. Something like that is what I'm getting. And so I feel this is a nice bit of a relief if for whatever reason, Pisces, you've especially been feeling like just pressured or stressed in whatever which way. So this is really nice feeling of just things lightening up and moving onward and forward and not having to like, I don't know, I feel like stuck, like, or feeling like you're energetically being held hostage and like, or even, you know what I mean, emotionally, mentally. I don't know why, but I get this feeling of just being pinned down or stuck. And you know, like, you'll tolerate it because you're Pisces, you just compartmentalize, but at some point, like, you know, I'm just gonna snap here. And so that's where it's like, it's nice that the winds of change have arrived, I feel, and things are starting to move forward. Okay, what will this full moon be bringing into your awareness, Pisces? Daughter of Wands, the interest in life again. Like, I feel like there's gonna be some energy sparking inside of you that'll get you interested in like getting up and going for some reason. There might be some creative vibes where you might have been feeling, like I said, stuck or sluggish, even prevented from like igniting something or moving forward or accepting or moving into a new cycle. I feel like you're finally able to get something going for some reason. Yeah, and it's like you can get back to your kind of like, I don't know why, but it's like that happy-go-lucky but also very much fierce, because it's fire there, that fierce sort of like like, because Pisces, like, people I think underestimate Pisceans because, you know, they think of them just kind of like being very sensitive or like sometimes with the chaotic energy, but then at times, like, when Pisces are really lined up with what they're doing, the execution is like can be really flawless, basically. So I hope that makes sense what I'm saying here. It's a compliment. All right, so let's see what you might be revisiting this full moon. 7 of Wands. Yeah, staying focused, not getting overwhelmed by all of the opportunities, options around you, all of the opinions, all of the voices, okay, that are around you. Sometimes when we are finally able to break out of something and into something new, into a maybe like a more desired landscape, even if the desired landscape is like you're broken out of the cave and into an open field, like fresh air, sunshine, whatever, you know what I mean, as opposed to being in the dark dank cave. Like, just that in itself is like, you know what I mean. And once you're kind of like, after you get that breath of fresh air and you appreciate the sunshine, then you got to figure out what direction you're going. Like, oh my gosh, where do I go? What do I do? Look at all of these stimulating things around me. And so that's where Spirit's saying, be patient, and in terms of your expectations of yourself, recognize your ability to be self-disciplined in terms of seeing something through, in terms of when you do like light a fire, can you keep it going? You know what I mean? That's where this is one of those phases, okay, that you've learned from the past what happens when you're doing too much, and you know what I mean, spreading yourself too thin. And so that's where it's saying, like, I don't know why, like, you can take it easy, you don't have to feel like you're in a rush to compete, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, because 7 of Wands, competition. So yeah, you don't feel like you have to compete with anything or anyone around you. It's more about just I don't know why, but I'm kind of getting like, number one, where you have some bright new ideas, keep it to yourself. Like, take this time to figure yourself out and what really brings you to life. Take this time to get creatively inspired and to, yes, try out some new things that maybe you've kind of kept on the back burner or whatnot. And then for some reason, I'm getting like, recognize your intentions. That way you're not taken too far off track. Okay. I feel like you're in something, like you're in something as it is, and that's not a bad thing. But what I mean to say is, for whatever reason, Pisces, whatever's going on in your life, I feel like this is very, like, you're in your own world, and that's not a bad thing at all, because I feel like you're just right now, it's easier for you to be less effective by the collective energy, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean that you are not affected at all, okay? And it doesn't mean that you're not affected by, other things, like people in, around you directly, for example. But what this means is that you're working toward something right now. I see you working towards something, and I feel like you're in this little bubble, like just kind of doing your own thing, getting through. Okay, so that's not a bad thing, honestly. Let's get some advice for a smooth full moon. The Chariot. Yeah, so it's that balance, it's the balance in terms of trusting and knowing that where you are, like, this isn't the end of it, this. And I'm getting this thing, even if you don't have some kind of like big goal to hit, it's kind of that knowing that this is a situation where we're lifing right now. We're living life. We're doing the actual thing. And so it's just about finding that balance, the give and the take. And we say the light and the dark, it's just trusting and knowing that your footsteps, your feet will land exactly where they need to land. And you've got what it takes to get to where you want to go, even if you don't exactly know what that destination is going to look like when you get there. Okay? But there's something to where it's like self-control, maintaining and sustaining a certain degree of confidence in yourself to not be distracted by any competing forces, people, situations, or, you know what I mean, by challenges and obstacles, whether real or perceived, that kind of thing. Not being daunted by the journey ahead. Knowing that it's like, okay, I don't know exactly how everything's going to go. I feel and I trust that it's going to turn around. But right now, it's just about applying yourself step by step. Trust in yourself, trust in your journey, trust in your abilities to succeed, okay? All right. What sort of break or downtime is your soul craving? Yeah, 8 of Swords. Putting things on hold. Like, there's an integration here, a metamorphosis. The 8 of Swords is all about that surrender. The mind, there's nothing more that you can figure out logically. This is something that's going to come as you live and breathe and take action step by step, or you know what I mean, even if it's just the daily action of brushing your teeth and eating food and that kind of thing, just for now. Okay, with this Eight of Swords, it's just kind of saying trust your gut, trust your instincts. There's not much more that you can do right now, other than it's like when you're in the ship, you just got to keep it on that straight and narrow path, like the autopilot, I guess, but you still have to be aware, right, of what's underneath and all that kind of stuff, the currents and the tides. Otherwise, there really isn't much thought behind it. So there's something here where it's like surrendering the thought, the thinking process, and just embrace the moment, embrace the path. When there's nothing to be done, just breathe and allow and follow your instincts, follow your intuition, okay? As you are inspired, as you live and breathe. So, all right. Check out your moon and rising signs, get some additional guidance, and of course, you know what to do, where to go, girlandhermoon.com to schedule a session of your very own. So thank you so much, Pisces, for being here. Have a good one. Take care. Till next time.